Add and subtract with different signs. Adding with different signs. When we do this, we subtract and keep the sign of the larger number. So solve for the following. We have -7 plus 2. So how we do this would be we go 7 minus 2, because we always put the smaller number on the bottom. So we go 7 minus 2, which is equal to 5. But we keep the sign of the larger number, which is -7. So this is going to be -5, and this is our solution. Another way to look at this, if you were to think of this on a number line, so we have -7 here. We'll go down in increments of 2. We'll go 1, and so on. So when we start at -7 right here, then what we do is we're going to add 2. So we're going to go over 1, 2. And we end up here at an ending point of -5. So that's kind of like what we did if you were to look at it in a different way. Now let's look at another example. Example 2. Solve for the following. We have -3 plus 6. So this is another way to write it, would be to write it as 6 minus 3. Because that negative sign can be also shown like this. And so now we can go ahead and solve. So 6 minus 3 is equal to 3. So we take the sign of the larger number, which is positive. So it's just 3. Now let's look at another example. Example 3. Solve for the following. We have 2 plus -4. So what we could do is go 4, and we have 2, and we can go ahead and subtract. So 4 minus 2 is equal to 2, but we take the sign of the larger number, which is -2. Once again, another way to look at this, if you think like this, so we start at +2, and we move 4 over to the left because we're becoming more negative. So we go 1, 2, 3, 4, and we end up at -2, which is what we got before. Now let's look at another example. Example 4. Two negative numbers next to each other become a positive number. So for this, we have a negative here and a negative here. So this actually becomes -8 plus 3. So this is our new problem. So we have one negative and one positive number. So what we do is we go 8 minus 3, which is equal to 5. But we keep the sign of the larger number, which is 8. So this is our final answer. Now let's go look at one last example. Example 5. Solve for the following. We have -1 minus -2. So this can be rewritten as we have two negatives next to each other. -1 plus 2. So 2 minus 1 is equal to 1. We keep the sign of the larger number, which is 2, so it's just 1.